Welcome to 365 Days of Richer Living, daily morning reading, meditation, and prayer time. My name is Reverend Rafe Ellis. I am the Senior Minister and Spiritual Leader at the Columbia Center for Spiritual Living in Columbia, Maryland. Today is February 28th. Life moves me into everlasting good today. And the scriptural reference for today is from the 36th Psalm, verse 9. For with thee is the fountain of life. In thy life shall we see light. And the reading begins. The universe is pushing us forward. It does this because it must. There is no retrogression in God. Mind is forever evolving new ideas, and these ideas are forever urging us on to a greater good. Only those who look backward grow feeble. Their disintegration touches our sympathy, but wisdom tells us to release them to their own stagnation and catch up with those in the vanguard of advancing souls, who let God work through them. To the alert, God speaks. Mind reveals its ideas, and good appears everywhere. The law of life is the law of growth, expansion, and increase. We must accept this, for it has been given to us freely, and all that it asks is that we follow its instruction. As we look ahead and behold the ideas of God unfolding within us and projecting themselves into form through us, we see our increased good. And our affirmative paragraph to take into our time of contemplation. I move forward in the divine design of my life and find the future pregnant with good. The Christ mind is within me, and I follow its urges toward a richer and fuller life. There is no bondage to the past, for today I am free in God to express all its ideas fully. I see ahead on my path with faith, vision, and love. I accept the great and true experience which my God has prepared for me because I love God, its mind, and its truth. The life of the Spirit within me compels me to move on from the past, do my best in the present, and envision good in the future. No evil can stop me, no wrong thinking can hold me back. For I know that God's plan for me is undefeatable. I give thanks for life. I give thanks that life moves me forward into greater good today. And so with this breath, I go deeper. I go deeper into that essence of my being, the center of my being, the divinity of which I am made, the mind of the infinite that is my mind. I recognize that it breathes my breath, it dreams my dreams, it thinks my thoughts. That the human I is living its life in the form of me. I allow that truth to penetrate my human experience, to bring about within me a sense of, an experience of the oneness of life, all created out of one singular substance, all empowered with the authority of creation itself to create from the freedom of choice, free of any guilt, shame, or blame, free of any rejection, free to create, free to find my way back to alignment with the truth of my being, the God mind, the self rising up to the self, the integration, the resolving of the paradox of human and divine. That is the truth of my being, that I am fully spiritual and fully human. To know both, to live both, to align thought and principle in the changeless principle of life itself, while I experience consistent conscience change in this physical realm, always advancing me to a greater experience, a greater expression of the God self within me, that is me, as me. So I speak my word, claiming and affirming that today I consciously, and by conscious I mean aware, intentional, release any establishment in the past. Release any attachment to what has been. And I open to what is. I embrace, I embody the isness of life, knowing that the isness unfolds into what my human self understands as future. That it is always now, and now alone, now only. That the past, the present, and the future all reside in and happen in this moment. And so I allow my perception to shift. And when in my human imaginings I hold the thought of a future, I hold it lightly and from that inner self that knows that life is unfolding life perfectly, and I'd listen for divine guidance I allow myself to be led by the path that is literally unfolding before me as I put each foot down to step into the next step. And even as I use the term next, I am aware that next is always now. And I allow the paradox to just be the paradox. No need to resist. No need for any concern of what might be, as I trust God unfolding God as me perfectly in every moment of now. Grateful to know in the very core of my being that life always responds affirmatively to itself, that life is always unfolding forward, always advancing, always saying yes to the desires of its heart, that is my heart, to the ideas of its mind, that is my mind, that is the only mind. And so I celebrate this divine yes, and I surrender to it. I trust it. And I allow that to be. And knowing it's already complete, knowing that the activity of law unfolds life in the perfect timing, beyond this human idea of time, that there is a divine time. So I celebrate that divine timing. I celebrate the ease and grace of that. And in that ease and grace, I release. Because there is no thing for the human me to make happen, but rather everything to allow, everything to notice, everything to be present with. So that is the release. It is the release of control. It is the release of force. It is the release of push. And a surrender to the yes. And so I release. I let go. I let life be life. I let God be God. Ashe. Shalom. Aho. Amen. Amen. And so it is.